Welcome to the Quadripoint in Southern Africa. The Quadripoint is where 4 countries' borders meet at one point. This is one of the rarest border crossings in the world, and you're going to go on an exclusive tour with me, so keep watching. People don't even know that this incredible border crossing exists. It is along the border of Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana. So let's go explore because this is going to be one of a kind. I am currently based in Kasane, Botswana, so I will be accessing the Kazungula Bridge from Kasane, which is approximately a 30-minute taxi ride. I paid 100 pula to go to the bridge and go back to my hotel, which is approximately $8. We decided to walk across the bridge versus driving for a more hands-on experience and to be able to take pictures of the beautiful Zambezi River. The bridge that you see behind me is where all 4 countries connect at one point. This area is quite remote. It was quite the journey getting here, but it is absolutely worth it just to say that you're one of the very few people that have stood in between 4 countries at once, which is only possible here in Southern Africa. And the landscape is absolutely gorgeous. And fun fact, the water from the Zambezi River is what goes to the Victoria Falls. So when you're at Victoria Falls, just remember the water came from here at the Zambezi River. This border crossing not only allows for very easy transport of goods, it is also very symbolic of the peaceful unity that these 4 nations have been able to unite together and form. This river behind me is a very powerful symbol of pan-Africanism in a time where so many Africans are calling for a borderless Africa. If you're planning to pay a visit to the Quadripoint, I'm going to be telling you the 4 cities that are the closest, which are in each country. If you're in Botswana, then you can come to Kasane, which is very close to the Quadripoint here. If you're in Zambia, then you can go to Livingstone. If you're in Zimbabwe, then you can go to Victoria Falls, which is very close to this bridge and to the Zambezi River. And if you're coming from Namibia, you can go to Katima Mulilo. So those are the cities that you can access if you're interested in traveling here to see this once-in-a-lifetime marvel. What makes the Kazungula Bridge that much more special is all of the amazing attractions that are available in a short distance from this area. You can access the Chobe National Park, which is about a 40-minute drive away. You can access Victoria Falls, which is about an hour away. And behind me is the Zambezi River, which also has its own unique activities, such as river cruises. So there's so much to do at the Quadripoint. This is a plaque that they have created to honor the peaceful union between these 4 nations. As you can see, it was created in 2022. It took 6 years to build. And there were many, many people that took part in the creation. It's also important to touch on how life-changing this bridge has been from a pan-Africanism perspective, because this has changed the lives of so many locals in this region. All 4 nations are able to trade freely and transport goods freely using this bridge and using this Quadripoint. Not only does that change the lives of so many people, but it also pioneers a borderless Africa that so many people talk about. People talk about how can pan-Africanism happen? How can a borderless Africa truly happen? I'm standing between 4 countries. I'm standing at the only Quadripoint in the world. And this is how a borderless Africa is going to happen, by allowing countries to unify and build bridges, literally and figuratively, build bridges to bridge the gap between the borders that we did not create, the borders that we did not choose to be a part of, and take our own power back by allowing all these nations and all these different ethnicities and nationalities to trade freely amongst each other.
Hello, hello.
Hello, what's your name? Sorry.
Moses is my name.
Okay, Moses, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so right now we are standing on the bridge.
Yes.
Yes, on this bridge we've got what we call the no man's land. Geographically it's called the Quadripoint,
yes,
where the 4 countries meet. So we've got Botswana this side and its own river called the Chobe River. Then we've got Namibia this side and its own river called the Captivity Strip. Then we've got the Zambezi River this side. So to Livingstone, that happens to be the big falls for both Zambia and Zimbabwe. Okay. So across that side we've got Zambia. Then directly we've got Zimbabwe just over there.
Okay,
that's
amazing.
A very nice bridge to be.
Yes, amazing.
Yeah.
So have you noticed any economic benefits to this bridge being built? Has it improved the economy?
Exactly. Personally, myself, I had no job before the bridge, but the moment they constructed the bridge, I got a job as a guide on the bridge. So
wow, that's amazing.
Yes. So it has made life easy for both two countries, as for the locals to do business in one country or the other, compared to the old border when we use ferries. A lot of things used to take long to happen, but now it's like in Europe.
Okay, that's amazing. And so do you think that this initiative is good for pan-Africanism and for moving forward as African unity?
Sorry?
Is this good for pan-Africanism? All these four nations unifying?
Yes. Very, very, very good, because we have the bridge, the most best bridge in Africa that is passing through all the four countries where they meet.
Okay,
definitely
awesome.
It's a very good development that we have here in Kazungula, Zambia.
Okay,
and are you aware that Kazungula is not only in Botswana, but there is Zambia Kazungula and Zimbabwe Kazungula?
I didn't know that.
And Botswana Kazungula.
Oh, wow.
So the reason why it's like that, it's because some way back, before we got colonized, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Botswana, it was just one country.
It was one. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
It was just one country, and it was called Mwakazungula.
Okay.
Under one chief who was nicknamed over the same name, Mwakazungula. So Kazungula, it's a tree. In English, it's called the sausage tree.
The sausage tree.
Yes. In our local language, we call it Mporota.
Okay, Mporota.
Mporota.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, amazing. I appreciate it, Moses.
Okay.
Yes, have a great day.
Yes.
Initiatives like the CASA Visa and the ACFTA have made travel and transport so much easier for people, which has dramatically improved the economic lives of the locals also. So imagine how powerful Africa can be if East Africa started an initiative like this, if West Africa or even Central Africa, North Africa just started initiatives like this to work towards a borderless Africa. As you can see on the placard, it didn't happen overnight. It took 6 years for this bridge to be built, and it's been used for 5 years, and it has had a dramatic improvement on people's lives. So it's not going to happen overnight, but it absolutely is possible. It was so important for me to come to this bridge to show you guys that pan-Africanism is real and a borderless Africa is happening and is possible. This is a perfect example, and this is only the beginning. This has been an initiative that started in 2016. So 9 years ago, they got the idea to take steps towards a borderless Africa, and now I'm standing in between four African nations in Southern Africa, proof that it can happen as long as we start to move forward and take initiative, and we start to keep hope alive and believe that pan-Africanism and a borderless Africa is possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me standing in between four nations here at the Quadripoint and just telling you guys about this magnificent creation, because it has truly changed so many lives. Even when I was researching it, there were people that were writing comments saying this has so much better than what we had in the past. In the past, they had a ferry that you had to put the vehicles on, put the semi-trucks on, put people on, and the ferry would cross the Zambezi River. But now they have this bridge that connects Zambia and Botswana, which makes everyone's lives 100 times easier. People are telling their testimonies about how this bridge has made their lives so much easier and improved the economic value of all four nations. So it is possible. It can happen. And this is proof. I'm standing on the proof that it is possible as long as we continue to take steps forward and unify as a nation. All right, and what's your name?
Tumaleng.
Okay, Tumaleng. And so do you believe that this bridge was a good initiative for these four nations?
Yeah, it was very good. It was needful for it.
Okay, you needed it.
So back in the days, we used to suffer. The border between these borders.
Yes.
Normally close at 18 hours.
Oh, wow.
So now it's 22 hours, which is very beneficial for both two countries.
Okay, that's amazing. And so do you think that the Quadripoint and the bridge development helped the economies of these four nations?
When it comes to economies, like it's divided. So back in the days, we were using the ferry, the exchange rates, it was 1-to-1. Now today is different, 1:2.
Okay,
so which means Botswana is benefiting like times 2 as compared to Zambia.
Okay, I got it. And do you think that this is a good step towards pan-Africanism and unity amongst borderless Africa, African nations?
In terms of border, it's not good. Yeah, but if they remove this border, I think it will be fine. Just move freely without any passport is really fine.
Right.
The bridges, the facility is fine. The problem is the passport.
The borders.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you think that this is a step in the right direction?
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction. It's fine.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Although this is the only quadrupoint in the world, it's so much more than a geographical curiosity. This is the connection of 4 nations and cultures and the reunification of 4 nations. As you heard Moses say, these nations used to be unified before these borders were built against their will. And now they're able to unify as one nation and reunite the nations that were split in 4. Which is so amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The Quadrupoint is truly so unique and this needed to happen. And I'm so glad that the Africans, Southern Africans, Africans as a whole were able to make this happen. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next video.